continues. On a quest for greatness, their destiny awaits.
In the tense final seconds, Pippen wanted the ball and didn't get it as the Blazers absorbed a bitter defeat. Still, with his old friends now up 2-1, don't look for Pippen and the Blazers to throw in the towel. Game 4 next.
This is the NBA on NBC. The 2000 playoffs. Today, it's the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Portland Trailblazers.
A look at some of the faces of the principals as Game 4 approaches. Scottie Pippen, who has played in so many games of this sort of importance. Rasheed Wallace, 9 of 11 in Game 3. Arvydas Sabonis, his best game, 11 points in Game 3. But his attempt to tie was snuffed out by that man, Kobe Bryant, as time expired. Kobe also had 25. Shaquille O'Neal with 26, so the combo got their 50-plus. And Ron Harper, who told his teammates, look for me, I'll be wide open. He was right, and he knew what to do when he got the ball. Inside the Rose Garden, the enthusiasm of these fans not dampened a bit by the bitter defeat. On Friday night, they have come ready to roar. With Doug Collins, I'm Bob Costas. Welcome to Game 4. Let's talk about each team, and protocol indicates we begin with the visitors. Oh, as for the Lakers, Harper's heroics in Game 3 notwithstanding, it always comes back to the big two.
Well, Bob, make no mistake about it, the Blazers' defense is geared to slow down Shaquille O'Neal. And in the first half of Game 3, they did a magnificent job. They double-teamed him, they trapped him, they forced him to give the basketball up. Only one field goal attempt in the first quarter, 8 points in the first half. But the man who kept them in the game, gave them hope, Kobe Bryant with 18 first half points. Let's go to the second half. Shaq gets the ball. He goes quicker. He beats the double team. He gets high percentage shots. The Lakers shoot 61%. Now, what does that do? Look at the Laker defense. They are back and waiting as Portland now is forced into a half-court game and scored only 36 points in the second half. And then first league all-defender Kobe Bryant blocks the last shot of the game to preserve the victory. We can talk all we want about the rest of the team, but Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant set the tone. In Games 1 and Games 3, 50-plus points, they have won. In Game 2, 35, they have not. Once again, the Stars will shoulder the burden on whether the Lakers can make this a 3-1 series. Bob?
Is it loud enough in here for you?
It is loud.
Let's talk about the Trailblazers. All 5 of their starters average in double figures. All 5 hit double figures on Friday.
Well, when you talk about the Blazers, it's not so simple as who you're going to stop. But they do need Rasheed Wallace to score points. We know that there's going to be others involved. But 2 statistics to watch. Rebounding and points off turnovers. When the Lakers have won the rebounding battle, they have won. When Portland has dominated, they have won. When the Lakers have dominated the points off turnovers, they have won. And then when the Blazers have done that, they have won. So watch for those 2 statistics today. But the man that is going to be on the spot today, the reason he is here with his 6 championship rings, Scottie Pippen, he must from start to finish today have his fingerprints all over this game if they're going to even this series. Bob?
All right, we'll check the starting lineups. We'll hear from Ahmad Rashad. We'll have the opening tip from Portland when we come back. It's Glenn Rice's 33rd birthday. Might be a good day for him to break out and score like he used to score, or at least something approaching it. Kobe Bryant took exactly as many shots in Game 3 as he took in the first 2 games combined, scored exactly as many points, 25 on Friday, as he had in the first 2 games combined. Phil Jackson, highest regular season and highest postseason winning percentage of any coach in NBA history. Rasheed Wallace's balky left ankle bothering him a bit, but he's ready to go. Damon Stoudamire had 19 points in Game 3 after being blanked in Game 2. Mike Dunleavy, former Laker head coach, took them to the finals in '91 and lost there to Jackson's Bulls, and we check with him on.
All right, thanks, Bob. Doug, you talk about how important Scottie Pippen is in this game. He's not any more important than Rasheed Wallace, who suffered a sprained ankle on Friday night. Didn't practice yesterday, got treatment a couple of times. I talked to him in the treatment room this morning, said that the ankle is bothering, but for the game of this magnitude, he is ready to play. Bob?
Ahmad, thanks. The officials are Bennett Salvatore, Hugh Hollins, and Don Vaden.
Bob, I think something to watch here early. Shaquille O'Neal. The Blazers have done a great job in the last two games early in the game of limiting him. He's coming off a big second half. If he establishes himself early in this game, that would spell doom for Portland. They've got to get him under control early.
The tip chased down by Wallace. He saves it into Stoudamire. And here come the Trailblazers.
Now, one of the things the Blazers have always done is start out the game by going to Rasheed Wallace on the post.
It's AC Green who'll try to guard him at the outset. We know that's a mismatch. He was fouled. You were right, though. They went to him before he could get a shot off. AC is hit with his first.
Rasheed has gotten off to great starts because he's so comfortable playing against AC Green. He knows that he can't bother his shot. If he gets going early, I talked to Phil Jackson, they'll probably double team him after the first time out if he's hurting them.
Again into Wallace on the opposite side, leaving Sabonis wide open.
Shaq comes over to help. Remember now, Sabonis off to a great start in game 3. First half, he had 9 points. Actually outscored Shaq. Only 2 free throws in the second half.
Kobe Bryant turns and shoots over Stoudamire. Shaq misses the follow. Slamming it off the back of the rim. Steve Smith returns it to Sabonis, his second shot, his second basket, and this one is a 3.
The importance of him scoring. Bob, remember in the first half of game 3, Shaquille did not leave him. Twice he's gone to help, twice Sabonis has scored.
Rice around Smith, and the reverse is good. Wallace confronted him, and Rice knew what to do.
Well, that was a great move by Glenn Rice. Now, Steve Smith has got to force him to the help. He let him beat him on the outside, and Scottie couldn't help him.
Pippen into Sabonis. Now it's Wallace. Harper's on Stoudamire. 3 on the shot clock. It'll be Smith. 4-3.
Steve Smith loves to get off to a quick start in the first quarter. He's done that in 2 of the 3 games. He's important for them to get early offense.
The Trailblazers, who jumped out 15-2 in game 3, lead 8-2 early in game 4. Kobe Bryant. Sabonis chases it to the corner. Rasheed Wallace backs in on Green. Little hook is short. It bounces to Stoudamire. Pippen looking for position and scoring with the hook.
Now that's the Scottie Pippen we saw in the fourth quarter. He waited until about 5 minutes to go in the game to do that. This is the first time he attacked Kobe early in the game. He has to do more of that.
Sabonis got in front of it, knocked it away. Into the hands of Smith. Following the Laker turnover, back come the Blazers. Wallace looking for Sabonis. Doesn't want to mess with Shaq. Backs it out of there. Wallace. He was ready to challenge O'Neal, but an illegal defense was called first.
This is almost identical to the way the game started, game 3. Scottie backing down on Kobe Bryant. Takes his time with the long arms. He hits the little jump hook. And Scottie's off to a very good start here. Let's go to Ahmad about Scottie Pippen. Ahmad?
All right, thanks, Doug. Just after you said, I spent some time with Scottie before the game. He said he has to have his personality all over this game. He felt like that wasn't the case in the last game. For this one, in order for them to go further, he's got to be the Scottie Pippen that can lead his team. Bob?
Okay, Ahmad, the drive by Smith snuffed out by Shaquille O'Neal. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Scottie lost it. Harper comes away with it. AC Green is open. And he gives it right back to Portland. Pippen with Stoudamire on his right. Stoudamire weaves back outside. Now he's got it out of the corner for three. Pippen flies in for the rebound.
Well, he has his fingerprints on this game so far. He's everywhere.
Sabonis got by Shaq, but missed the layup. And a loose ball foul is called on Scottie. That's his first. The Lakers asked for time. 8:23 to play in the first. Pippen thought he was fouled. It's 10-2 home team. These are scenes from Friday night. Bryant got off early. He had 18 first-half points. Pippen got going late in the game. And look at them staring at each other. Good deal of jabbering going on. This is the late basket by Pippen that tied the game. And then the stare down afterwards.
Well, when you look at the matchup, Scottie, to his own admission, was not aggressive enough to start that game. And I think what happened when they moved Kobe over on him, Stoudamire became more aggressive, and Scottie sort of drifted. He knows that he's got to go back at Kobe, make him work on both ends of the floor. Kobe played 47 minutes, and he knows he has the size to defend him in the post, unlike what Stoudamire could do. So Phil gave him the ultimate compliment. He moved Kobe over against him.
Glenn Rice's jumper is off. Here comes Portland, up 10-2.
Bob, you notice what happens when the Blazers can defend. They can come down and they can get quicker into their offense.
Stoudamire around Bryant, and Kobe climbed up his back.
Now that's a Kobe Bryant foul of a year ago or 2 years ago where he's diving for a steal from behind. Normally he squares these smaller players up and keeps them in front. You see him go from behind. Stoudamire stops there so quickly, and Kobe falls over his back.
Stoudamire got through. But after blowing by O'Neal, he missed the right-hand lay-in. Here is Shaq. Quick catch and shoot.
That's what he did in game 3 in the second half. Caught it and went up quickly before the double team could swarm him.
Sabonis. Shaq has to respect it. Wallace missed it long, and nothing but Lakers underneath. Glenn Rice beyond the arc. Smith deflects the pass. Bryant's got it. 5 seconds to shoot. Kobe will. Long rebound grabbed by Wallace. Stoudamire pulls up and fires.
Early offense. That's where Stoudamire will hurt them. He will sting them in the open court. And once again, Kobe all jump shots. Bob, he hit them in game 3 in the first half. They've done a better job on him, keeping him outside with a hand in his face here today.
Pippen over to help on Shaq. Now he puts it on the floor against Sabonis. Which way is the foul going to go? Stay right here, says Bennett Salvatore. Pippen hit the deck just as he did late in game 3 on a call that went against him, even though he felt that Shaq had just driven right into him. This foul is on Sabonis.
Well, they say Sabonis reached in there with the left arm. He actually ran over Scottie, but they got Sabonis with the reach. Scottie was right there to help. Let's watch Sabonis' left arm. Right there you can see him reach in, but he bowls over Scottie Pippen. How far away from the lane are they pushing Shaq? Look where he's catching the ball from the basket. Not in a position to score.
Harper. Pippen has it. Rasheed Wallace against AC Green, just where he wants it, and that's the reason why.
Just have no answers for him down there. We know we'll see Robert Horry later in the game, but AC Green just not big enough or quick enough to bother Wallace, and Wallace knows it. That's the problem.
Kobe Bryant curls into the lane, snaps it out to Glenn Rice, And his jumper is good. There was contact there between Pippen and Rice, which they let go.
I think Scottie felt like that Glenn Rice veered over into his path as he went by him. Now Scottie has one foul. Pippen right back in the post.
Off the miss, it comes right to Wallace and works like a perfect pass.
Kobe's got a foul. They're not going to let him hide. If he's going to guard Scottie, he's going to have to get out there in the post and play him. And
the Laker bench is short because Devin George is out with a sprained ankle and Brian Shaw is suspended for coming off the bench on Friday night. He's out of game 4, so if Kobe gets in foul trouble, that complicates matters a bit in the Laker backcourt. Harper with the floater. Portland in front 16-6, back with possession.
Blazers are playing great defense. It's the shades of game 3. Can they keep it up for 48 minutes? They're going to have to if they're going to win.
Rasheed Wallace again against AC Green. Doesn't get the bounce off the glass, but Pippen pulls in the rebound. Stoudamire back to Sabonis. Fakes the shot, gives it up to Pippen. Scottie had it knocked away, but there's a Laker foul.
Rasheed Wallace has gotten off to a great start. In the post, he wants the ball. Nice post entry pass. Takes his time and just overpowers AC Green on the low block. And then the next time down the floor, he's going to do it with his offensive rebounding. Scottie misses the dunk, and there's Rasheed Wallace once again with a little jump shot. So what we've seen the entire series is that Wallace has gotten off to quick starts against AC Green. With that said, Robert Horry is now in the game to try to slow him down.
Derek Fisher has also come in the Laker backcourt. The foul a moment ago on Harper. Fisher might see more minutes than usual as Harper sits down for now. For a couple of reasons. The absence of George and Shaw, and also because he had a nice stint in game 3, 3 for 5, 7 points.
Yeah, he actually played, I thought, his best game of the playoffs the other day, and they desperately needed it.
And it's Fisher who grabs the rebound as Pippen misses the second one. 17-6, Portland. And a whistle at the other end. Sabonis says, what did I do? Well, for sure, he picked up his second.
You've got to try to prevent Shaquille O'Neal from getting deep in the lane. That's the key to him. If he gets it down low, he'll punish you. Sabonis tried to push him off the block. He picks up his second foul. Brian Grant now into the game. Rasheed Wallace is going to have to really get down and help him because he cannot play Shaq down there. We've seen that in the earlier games.
Bad turn of events for Portland because Sabonis was off to a good start. And illegal defense is called this time against the Trailblazers. Not only had Sabonis hit a long 2 plus a 3, but now Shaq had to be ever more mindful of it. And if he doesn't come out to play him, then that leaves them vulnerable to an illegal defense call. If he does come out to play him, it leaves the middle open, and other Blazers can drive through. But for now, Sabonis sits. O'Neal in deep. All kinds of Blazers surrounding him, and they force the miss.
Now Portland has their big backcourt in the game. Bonzi Wells is in, just checked in.
Rasheed Wallace wide open, but misses.
Who will Derek Fisher guard now? Big guards in the backcourt. They're going to post somebody. It'll either be Steve Smith or Bonzi Wells.
Rice had it knocked away, but a foul. It's on Rasheed Wallace, who doesn't believe he has ever committed a foul in his NBA career. Rice will shoot 2. He scored 4. We mentioned that today is his 33rd birthday. Also the birthday, number 62, of a major figure in Laker history, Jerry West.
You think Jerry's sitting at home biting his nails right now? The man can't watch the game.
He's such a nervous sort. He didn't come to Portland for games 3 and 4. Felt he couldn't take it. Rice got them both.
Rice has been aggressive. He's put the ball on the floor. He's just not drifting on the perimeter. I think that's very important. He's got to continue to do that. Here's Bonzi Wells in the post against Fisher. Will they double team him?
Bonzi spins by. and can't finish it. Shaq, huge advantage on Grant and knows what to do with it. Not only can't Grant defend him, but he hasn't done much offensively either. He played 10 minutes in game 3, didn't get off a shot, had only 1 rebound, no points.
Well, you made a great point. Now with Brian Grant on the floor, Shaquille O'Neal can double team the post, and Brian Grant's going to have to make some shots. So keep your eye on Shaquille helping on the post.
Steve Smith for 3. Trailblazers have the Lakers doubled up at 20-10 inside 3 minutes. O'Neal, long hook. It rattles out. And a whistle off the rebound. It's on Bonzi Wells of the Trailblazers. And we're back in a moment. You're watching the NBA playoffs on NBA.
More importantly, look how much time is used on the clock when he catches it before they can get a shot attempt. This is the first half. They go inside, the reaction time, how long he holds the basketball, 4 seconds, and they still have to really force a shot up to beat the clock. And then defensively, what they did, they kept him on the perimeter. But in the second half, what did they do? They got him inside early. Look how quick he goes. Missed a shot, gets it back, goes back up strong, so he got 2 shots and a foul in about the time he did in the first half defensively. Now here he comes with a block shot. What I saw in that first half the other day was when he goes defensively, he plays very well offensively. And there he is, he missed the shot. Look at the time. So the Blazers are swarming him, forcing him to shoot the ball quickly. Now what they must do, Bob, is they must rebound the basketball and run. If they allow the Lakers to get their defense set, that's when the Lakers really hurt them.
Remember on Friday night, while Shaq was being blanked in the first quarter, Kobe Bryant was pouring in 14 points. Here, Shaq has only 4 with 2.5 minutes to play in the first, and Kobe has shot 0 for 3, and he's yet to score. Horry's free throw makes it 20-11. 6 of those 11 Laker points belong to Glenn Rice.
I think Phil Jackson's thinking is a little bit what it was the other night. We know there's going to be a big surge here. We've got to sort of fight through this and then get the tempo where we want it. So let's see now as the Blazers go to their bench if the Lakers can sort of chip away and get back in this game.
Bonzi Wells against Fisher. Shot clock inside 8. Wells in the lane, hands it off to Grant, and Grant scores.
Great pass and great movement away from the ball from Brian Grant. The other night he played 10 minutes, had 1 offensive rebound, no field goals attempt. He's a hustle guy. Those are the kind of points they need from him.
Derek Fisher fakes the 3, gives it back to Shaq. Here's Robert Horry. O'Neal again, double team, baseline jumper short. Pippen pushes it up the floor. Blazers with numbers. Grant inside. And a Laker foul. It's Glenn Rice, and it's his first.
Brian Grant is right here. Now keep your eye on him. What happens? He's going to work behind the vision of the double team. Shaq comes over to help. What do? You slide in behind him where he can't see you, and he gets the score. Great work there by Brian Grant. Excellent pass by Bonzi Wells.
And Hugh Hollins spots another foul. Doug, you've been talking about rebounds being key. Portland at this point 12-6 over the Lakers, partly because there are so many defensive rebounds available for them, as LA has shot just 4 of 14. The foul on Bonzi Wells was his second. Robert Horry into the lane, up and under, tough shot, doesn't get the roll, and Shaq finishes it.
When you penetrate the lane, what you do is you make guys come over and help. That frees Shaq for the offensive board. Remember, he missed a slam dunk on the first possession of the game on the offensive backboard.
Last minute of the first, Blazers by 8. Bonzi Wells. Horry over to help on a double team. And an illegal defense. That's the second one. So it's a technical against Phil Jackson's team.
What they're trying to do is expose right there. Kobe Bryant is illegal. His man is up here like this. He's got to be above foul line. So that's where the illegal defense came. Shaq underneath the basket guarding no one, the floor space. They can actually call that on 2 people. But once again, without Sabonis in the game, where do you see Shaq? Right in the dotted line in the lane area to take away any kind of post-ups.
Steve Smith hits the tee, perfect from the line in this series, 12 for 12. To Brian Grant from 20 feet, he got it.
Now that's gravy. If he makes that shot, you're going to see a big smile on Mike Dunleavy's face. Normally he doesn't even look to take that shot.
4 points for Brian Grant. 4 more than he had on Friday when he had the same amount as you and me, Doug. Here's Horry. He's off, but Shaq isn't.
Got to block him off. But see, Brian Grant just doesn't have the size to do that. He's got the heart, but he doesn't have that body of Sabonis.
Shaq has scored 8. Blazers looking to push their lead into double digits at the end of the quarter. Rasheed Wallace's pass is intercepted by Rice. They have time. Rice to the front court, poked away from behind. Pippen comes up with it. Rasheed Wallace beating the horn. If that had gone, you might be forced to conclude it's Portland's day. As it is, they're off to another strong start, in front by 9. And Kobe Bryant scoreless in the first quarter. You watch the discussion here, what is and isn't an illegal defense. Blazers, Lakers involved with Bennett Salvatore.
Huh? Oh, you're way below, way below. 2 areas removed.
I switched off with Wallace. No, I switched.
I'm only going by what I see. No. 2 areas removed.
I trapped.
Yes, Robert.
I let him have Wallace, my man.
Robert, I don't know what you did, but he was illegal. Yes, Michael.
That guy is up here. They can't illegally change that, though. You know what I'm saying?
Michael, if they step into it, they're okay.
I'm saying, but when he's
I know what you're saying.
How important do you think it is to get Shaq out of the lane? You've got the Lakers lobbying, you've got the Blazers lobbying, because they know when Shaquille is back in the middle that it takes away any of their post-ups and their dribble penetration. So that illegal defense actually worked on Shaq rather than Kobe.
Ron Harper is back in. Rick Fox checks in for the first time as the second quarter begins. Greg Anthony out on the floor as well now for Portland. Here's O'Neal. Now Robert Horry. Horry into the lane on the run. Doesn't get the roll, but the tip by Ron Harper. Wow.
Greg Anthony's got to block off the board. You're playing against a big backcourt now. You've got Fox in the game, Harper. They've taken out Fisher. Anthony's got a rebound.
Steve Smith catch and shoot. Way off. Rasheed Wallace tried to save it, and he was out of bounds.
Now, Phil has brought Rick Fox into the game. Normally, you would see a Brian Shaw in this case. You've talked about it before. Bobby's not here because he walked off to the bench in the little bit of an altercation the other day. So Rick Fox is going to be called on now to come in and play good defense. He's an excellent three-point shooter. And Phil said the other night he and Fisher were real keys coming off the bench in their victory.
Into Shaq. It rattled out, but there's a Portland foul.
The Lakers thought we're going to swing the ball side to side, and Shaq, you're going to be in the lane, so they're playing really 4 out and 1 in, going around the perimeter, and you saw Shaq caught it and went up quickly with it. The foul from behind on Greg Anthony, he hit him in the back of the head.
So now Shaq to the line for the first time in this game. He was 6 for 12 on Friday. He's 24 of 56. That's 43% in the series. But But as for the hack-a-shack, they did it at the end of the second quarter and the end of the third quarter, inside a minute with the clock winding down to try to get possession back. And he made 3 of those 4 free throws, and the Blazers didn't score on either of their possessions, a -3, and they lost the game by 2. He makes them both here.
Nice trajectory on that shot. We showed the other night when he shoots the shot flat what it does. He gets it up with some arch, much more consistent with it.
Brian Grant swings it to Wells, and now Wallace guarded by Horry with Harper trying to help. Back underneath to Bonzi Wells, who was fouled. Rick Fox is hit with the personal. So now Bonzi Wells will come to the line. And we remind you, you can log on to NBA.com and follow today's Lakers-Blazers game with Sync TV, the ultimate online companion to each NBA playoff broadcast, a unique component that provides fans with real-time stats, polls, news, and the ability to interact with special guest hosts and other fans online. NBA.com Sync TV, your cutting-edge way to follow NBA playoffs 2000. Steve Smith out. Scottie Pippen back in.
You can already see right now Mike Dunleavy has shortened his bench a little bit. He's come right back with Scottie Pippen. In the second quarter of the night, he got a long rest, and they lost some rhythm to that great start. He looks up at the scoreboard. They're up only 7 after a great start. He knows he's got to have his starters on the floor more minutes today, Bob.
2 free throws by Bonzi Wells make it 27-20. Robert Horry. He's 0 for 4 in this game, and since a hot game 1, he shot 2 for 17. Rasheed Wallace. Horry on the defense. Wallace with the miss and Shaq with the rebound.
A powerful rebound at that. He just went up and took it away from 2 Blazers.
Kobe Bryant, way short, air ball, but grabbed by Harper.
Where's Greg Anthony on the boards? Your guards have to rebound. That's 2 offensive rebounds and putbacks by Ron Harper.
The whistle was for a goaltending, which wasn't necessary because the basket went through. Harper continues to be opportunistic.
Well, he's got the size over Anthony. Anthony's got to get his body on it, keep him out of that lane.
Bonzi Wells. Can't hit it. He had 17 in game 1, 12 in game 2, only 3 Friday, and a couple of free throws so far today. Kobe Bryant might have thought he was fouled. He loses it, and back comes Pippen. Nice pass inside to Grant from Bonzi Wells, but Grant couldn't finish. It winds up in Anthony's hands.
See what Brian Grant's trying to do? Outrun Shaq up and down the floor. Try to tire him out. He played 48 minutes the other night.
Here's Grant inside. Horry blocked it, and it bounces to Bryant.
See, he's an undersized power forward. It's tough for him to finish around that basket.
Rick Fox. And the 3 by Fox makes this a 2-point game.
And Mike Dunleavy's going to take a timeout. The edge is off the Blazers right now. The confidence starting to surface from the Lakers standpoint. They have withstood a surge and the crowd. Remember now, Brian Grant missed a layup on this possession, gets it back and gets it blocked. And what happens instead of getting 2, Rick Fox comes down and gets 3. It's a 5-point swing. About worrying about somebody hitting the outside jump shot, so they need him to stay on the floor. That's why Scottie Pippen was lobbying a while ago to be able to get that foul taken away from Sabonis. He thought it was a charge on Shaq.
Shaq has scored 10, 8 of them while being guarded by Brian Grant. And an offensive foul gives the ball back to the Lakers. It's on Greg Anthony, his second. Now LA can tie with a basket here or take the lead with a 3. They're on an 11-2 run.
Now the matchups as we look out, Bonzi Wells is guarding Kobe. Scottie is playing Rick Fox. If Scottie helps, Rick Fox is shooting the 3 pretty well now, so we have to watch that if he can free himself up again.
Shaq up top to Fox. He hit one before. Can't hit a second one. Kobe Bryant inside. Got it, plus the foul.
Now the Blazers are going to shoot themselves right now. because they have done a good job defensively. The defense does not stop by just defending the shot. You must rebound the basketball. But when you double team, it's tough to block out. This time, Kobe, who has not had a field goal, who's been very quiet in this game, gets a layup. You don't like to give a guy an easy score when he's struggling.
And worse still for Portland, the foul is on Sabonis, his third. Those were Kobe's first points.
He had missed his first 5 shots, so you give him a layup, a 3-point play. More importantly, the Lakers are now winning the ball game.
And Sabonis is in early foul trouble. Bonzi Wells tried to slide past Harper, and there's a Laker foul. It's Harper's second. So reluctantly, Dunleavy has to get Sabonis out of there and bring Grant back.
They need Sabonis out on the floor. I know we've talked about it, but just his presence out there, those 3 fouls. Now he's got to set the last 8-10. Can the Lakers take advantage of it?
Portland doesn't have a field goal in the second quarter. We played almost 4 minutes. Rasheed Wallace throws it away.
Portland getting a little bit out of focus here right now, a little bit shaky. This is where Scottie has got to take hold of this team and pull them together.
Kobe Bryant spinning on Stoudamire. Hit the side of the glass with it. Wallace picks it off. Stoudamire, Bonzi Wells on his right, gives it up to Pippen in the middle, and Pippen traveled.
Boy, you don't see Scottie make those kind of mistakes. They had a 3-on-2 break. Scottie faked the pass, and when he did, no place to go with it, and he called for the traveling violation. There's Scottie fakes the pass, and then he puts it back down. Actually, the double dribble. And instead of a 3-on-2 opportunity with a chance to go back in the lead, you turn it over. LA 5 points off turnovers, Portland not. Remember, we talked about that in our open.
Kobe Bryant for 3. The Lakers are on a 17-2 run.
This has been a crazy series. A series of runs that has given one team an advantage in each game.
And Don Vaden spots something at the other end. It's Robert Horry's first.
This is what I'm talking about, the series of run. Game 1, look at the Lakers, a plus 21 points in the second quarter. In Game 2, it was the Blazers, plus 20 in the third. In Game 3, plus 21. Now a 17-2 run by the Lakers as they have quieted this crowd.
Rasheed Wallace can't end the string. It bounces to Harper. Horry off his hands. But Stoudamire couldn't control it, and the Lakers keep it.
I wonder if Mike Dunleavy might go to...
Obviously fierce competition here, but the bond between Scottie Pippen and Phil Jackson remains. And what does Pippen do for this Portland team? He brings them veteran leadership, obviously. He brings them a variety of things on offense. He can be aggressive in the post. He can drive to the basket. He'll fire the 3, including the one that eliminated Utah in the previous round. Defense, he knows that triangle. He's one of the greatest defenders in NBA history. He's disrupted the Laker offense on many occasions. He brings that open court game. And this is what I was talking about before. He and Jackson exchanging smiles just prior to the timeout. Dave D'Alessandro in this past week's Sporting News quoted Chuck Daly on Scottie Pippen, calling him what Daly refers to as a fill-in-the-blanks guy. Whatever slot needs filling in the box score, Scottie Pippen will do it for you.
And maybe the best all-time team defender ever.
Into Shaquille O'Neal for the jump hook over Grant. That's no good. And that man, Scottie Pippen, clutches the rebound.
Go back to Scottie once again. Let him attack Kobe. Let him try to get that ball to the basket.
Pippen has 8 first-half rebounds.
There it is right here. Now attack him.
Rasheed Wallace against Ori. Into the lane for the jumper. That is good, plus the foul. And the Blazers can regain the lead.
Rasheed Wallace, when he takes his time, he knows that he's got the advantage. He goes in the lane. The Lakers are slow getting there on the double team. The corkscrew shot in the lane, the three-point play opportunity. And Rasheed Wallace has got to shoot more free throws. Bob, when he gets to the line like he did in Game 2, 10 out of 11, a big difference there they won. In Games 1 and 3, not many attempts. And when he did not get to the line, it really slowed him down. He has got to get to that free throw line.
And that last basket by Rasheed made him just 3 for 10 from the floor in this game. He came in shooting 59% through the first 3 games of the series. Kobe Bryant. Portland still with the slim lead. Back they come, up by 1. Rasheed Wallace for 3. Rasheed Wallace made only 8 three-pointers in 50 attempts during the entire regular season. In Game 2, he hit 3 for 3. Here he drills an important one as the Trailblazers try to reclaim momentum. They're on an 8-0 run. O'Neal, triple team. His pass goes cross court, and the Lakers lose it.
Did you see how far the defense had him pushed off the floor, Bob? The double team was so good, he was 20 feet away from the basket, then tried an ill-advised no-look pass. Unforced error, though, but with great defense. Shaq's got to make that simple pass out of that double.
He is too good and too strong to be completely stopped, but no team has slowed him as well as Portland, regular season and playoffs. Steve Smith backs in, tries to hand it to Grant, but first there's a foul.
Look where Shaquille O'Neal is right now, and then look where he's going to finish up once he catches this basketball. Double, triple team. Look where he is on the floor. And then the tough no-look pass across the floor. Great Blazer defense. And, Bob, when you talk about what Portland has done, you've got to give Mike Dunleavy and his staff a lot of credit. They've watched a lot of tape, and they've tried to give their team the best chance they can to win, and they know that Shaq is the key.
Get in here, bro.
Steve Smith got the bounce on that one, so he's still perfect from the line, 13 straight in this series. The Lakers are over the foul limit. Portland is not. We were away after foul number 3 was called on Scottie Pippen. He was jawing at the officials, and eventually he was hit with a technical. He was very upset at the foul when he got the offensive foul on Derek Fisher. And when you read his lip, you'll say, call the flop. He was very upset about it. Bennett Salvatore teed him up. Now, here's the play right here. This is the one that he was upset with, where he thought that Fisher flopped on the play. Now, the key is Pippen now has 3 fouls. Sabonis has 3. Who is going to lead this team? The Blazers. We've got 2:40 to go. They fought back. They have a 5-point lead. Who is going to take control of this team with Scottie Pippen sitting down? Sabonis is also on the bench, and Bonzi Wells has come in. They've got Wells, Brian Grant, Steve Smith, Rasheed Wallace, and Damon Stoudamire on the floor. Glenn Rice will shoot the technical. Rice has scored 7 points, kind of a mixed bag for him in the first half. He also has 4 turnovers. Well, you can see what they've done is they've gotten up into Rice, forced him to put it on the floor. They think we think he's a shaky ball handler, that he'll turn it over. Remember, he had the critical turnover at the end of game 3 when he allowed a man to run in from behind him, knock it loose, and gave the Blazers a chance to maybe win that game or send it into OT. Robert Horry still can't find his touch. Steve Smith protects the rebound. Relatively low-scoring first half for these two teams. Bonzi Wells. Bryant made him change his shot, and he missed it badly. They've done a nice job on Bonzi Wells. After the first 2 games, they have really locked in and said, we're not going to let this guy score off the bench. Double figures both games in L.A. Not much since, and that's what Robert Horry needed, perhaps, to get him off the easy layoff off the excellent pass by Shaq. And once again, a 2-point game. No Pippen, no Sabonis. Portland needs the lead going in at half, I think, psychologically. Steve Smith thought about the 3, instead takes it into the lane, and the lunger is no good. Rebound battle between Shaq and Grant, and the foul is on the Lakers. And it's Shaq's first. The basket a moment ago by Robert Horry was his first after 6 misses to start the game. Pippen on the bench, seated alongside Greg Anthony. 3-point Blazer lead tonight on Dateline NBC. A family man disappears, perhaps the victim of foul play, but did he fake his own death to hide a dark secret and a hidden identity? You know, I've considered that ploy myself. Unravel the mystery on Dateline NBC tonight. 1 of 2. Shaquille O'Neal. Help comes quickly. Back out to Fisher. Can't hit that 3. Rebound Rasheed Wallace. And Steve Smith complains that Shaq elbowed him up around the chin. Mismatch here. Smith wants the side cleared so he can post up against Fisher. Let's see if he can get to the line. Rasheed from long range. It's in and out. Shaq picks it up. Clock ticking down toward a minute. Lakers trail by 3. Notice what a defensive series this has become right now. 2 of the best defensive teams in the league. Harper on the drive, and a little fadeaway is good, and Ron Harper continues to make his contribution. I tell you, we spoke to him yesterday. He was in such great spirits, and why shouldn't he be since he made the shot? But he is really the spirit of this team. 36 years old in his 14th season, and still able to make a big contribution in clutch games. Stoudamire hits his second basket. Got a 2-shot foul here. Bonzi Wells fouls Kobe Bryant before the ball is thrown in bounds. That's why it's a 2-shot foul. They're already over the penalty anyway, so it doesn't matter. But he fouled him before the ball got in bounds. Now this is going on here now because Kobe is really doing the job on the post on him, and you can see he's really struggled. I remember the other night in the game, did not have a field goal, 3 free throws after having a huge impact in the game, especially game 2 when they were able to win that game on the road. So now Kobe Bryant chance to pull his team to within one.
Now what this also does, unless the Blazers come down and look for a quick shot, this is going to give the Lakers 2 of the last 3 possessions. So if they can stop them and score, they've got a chance now, if Kobe makes this, to go in with a lead. So this 2 possessions to 1 psychologically could be very important here.
Counting these free throws as the possession.
Absolutely,
yeah.
Yes. And see, Phil was trapping here a little bit. Make them use some clock so they can't get a 2-for-1 possession.
Rasheed Wallace out of the corner, slings it back up top to Smith. Inside Wallace, ball knocked away and he was fouled. Harper was there, and it was on Harper, his 3rd. The Lakers were afraid it might have been on Shaq, but he still has only 1.
Recognize the mismatch. The nice high pass, swing it, seal your man, go up strong and get it, and then go up and try to dunk the ball. Well, looked like that might have been against Shaq. They called it from Harper from behind. That's why these fans were very upset. They were all going 3-4, 3-4 to the official like it's on Shaq, and he said, Ron Harper.
You know, Dean Smith commented about Rasheed Wallace recently. Had him at North Carolina. He said, you know, he's really a good kid. And he was very impressed by Wallace's grasp of the game. Shaq is going out just so Mike Dunleavy can't employ the hack-a-Shaq routine here in the last 24 seconds of the first half.
And Harper also, too, with Brian Shaw not being here and Devin George being injured with the ankle, he cannot get in foul trouble either. They need him out there for his defense, and you could see the other night he hit the clutch shot. So Phil's really going to have to maneuver his bench here today, being one-man shot.
Stacey Augmon in for the last few seconds of the first half for Portland. And Wallace knocks them both down.
Shot clock is turned off, so Lakers can get the last possession.
Horry looking for Bryant. Kobe in the lane. They wave it off. Foul before the shot.
What's happened here now, Kobe Bryant, who has struggled from the floor, is doing what you want to do as an offensive player. Get to that free throw line, maybe get into a rhythm. So if Kobe makes this, it'll be 4 straight free throws, and we'll have to see if that has an effect on him coming into the second half as he start making some shots as Greg Anthony picks up his 3rd personal foul.
Blazers have 4 players with 3. Pippen, Wells, Sabonis, and Anthony. Lakers haven't missed a free throw in this game until now. They had made their first 10. The Blazers still have plenty of time to get off a shot. 8.4 seconds.
Brian Grant will be coming back into the game. We'll see who's going to get Stacey Augmon. Now you say, why is he coming in? Remember the New York game the other day when they didn't have big guys on the line? Antonio Davis got his own free throw back, sort of sealed the game. Let me see, Dale Davis got the ball back and fouled Jalen Rose. You first got to get the rebound before you can run with it. They got to have your best rebounders in there.
Kobe makes 1 of 2. Stoudamire. 5 seconds. Steve Smith, long 3. Got it! With 1.2 seconds. Lakers won't be able to get off a shot other than that desperate fling by Kobe Bryant. What a punctuation for the first half from the Blazers' perspective.
Bob, I think it's so vital the way the Blazers have played in this first half, especially with the run that the Lakers hit them with, for them to go in with the lead. A big shot. They go up 5 going into half with Pippen and Sabonis sitting out about 4 or 5 minutes of that period with foul troubles. Key shot, and let's go to Ahmad to talk to it. He's with Steve Smith right now.
All right, thanks, Doug. Steve, obviously what you wanted to do today was attack.
Oh, yeah, definitely. The thing is, we had three guards in, myself, Damon, and Greg, and they got confused off the free throw line who to pick up, and I was wide open, and Damon found me.
You know, points off turnover. That's where you're being hurt in the first half.
We got to quit turning the ball over. If we didn't do that, we have a great half. But I think we're a little bit anxious. We're trying to do a lot on our own, and now we got to get back to playing together.
How important was it for you psychologically to have a lead going into halftime?
Well, it's good for us because I think it puts pressure on us. But you know that what happened the other game is we didn't come out aggressive. I know this half, the second half, we'll come out aggressive.
All right, Steve. Thank you. Good luck in the second half. All right, back to you, Bob.
Thanks, Ahmad. Steve Smith with that last second three had 12 in the first half, as did Rasheed Wallace to lead the Blazers. Shaq with 10, Kobe with 9 for the Lakers. Stay tuned for Hannah Storm, Isaiah Thomas, Peter Bessie, and special guest Kevin Johnson in our New York studios with Net Zero at the half. You're watching the NBA playoffs on NBC.
Shot back at the Rose Garden in Portland where the Blazers lead the Lakers by 5. Phil Jackson telling his team at halftime that they cannot play any worse than they've played in the first half. He said they played against his team 10 times. They ought to be able to read everything and react better after all those times that they play him. Also, the man they're worried about is Steve Smith. Stay with Steve Smith. Mike Dunleavy, on the other hand, told his team to be more aggressive, rebound better, because the team that wins the rebounding battle wins the game. Bob?
Ahmad, thanks. It's Glenn Rice scoring immediately on the second half's first possession, plus drawing the foul. Rice has 9 points.
His second, first team foul.
The foul was Rasheed Wallace's second.
You know, it's interesting, but Phil Jackson now, the last 2 games, especially here on the road in Portland, has gone to Glenn Rice to start the game and to start the quarter here in the half. It's almost like we want to get this guy active in the game, not let him drift. So we've seen that the last 2 games. Go right to Glenn Rice, get him involved on the offense.
This is Rice's biggest scoring game already in the series. He's got 10. Rasheed Wallace over AC Green.
See, the thing again, we talk about it, when AC Green starts the game off on Wallace, the Blazers know they can go there. Now remember, with Sabonis on the floor, Shaq has got to honor him.
14 points now for Wallace. And let's watch it again.
Bob, you know, you love baseball. There's certain guys that are great against pitchers. They just know they're going to hit them. And Wallace is one of those guys where he just knows when he catches it, he has the advantage, and he's playing with that kind of confidence.
Harper into the lane. It pops out for him, and Sabonis takes the rebound. Pippen comes racing back against Rice. Bryant got a piece of it. Here come the Lakers, trailing by 4.
Scottie was upset, thought that Glenn Rice bumped him on the way up.
And a technical foul on Mike Dunleavy.
And that's what
as Bennett Salvatore teed him up there.
That's what he was upset about. Scottie drove the ball to the basket, and he created contact. Watch him as he goes here, and he creates contact right there with Glenn Rice. Now, the referee says Rice was running away from it, and what it did, it allowed Kobe Bryant to come in here and block the shot.
Again, Rice nominated to shoot the technical, and he makes it.
So he's got out of the gate here with 4 quick points to start this period.
And 11 points overall on this his 33rd birthday. Lakers could tie with a 3. Smith's on Bryant, and Kobe lost it. He claims that Smith touched it last.
Kobe, a little jab step. Looked like Smitty got a piece of it. It went off Kobe's leg, or it looked like Kobe might have touched it last. Blazers have to take advantage of this, and they do.
Scottie.
Scottie, 9 points and 8 rebounds already in the game. Almost a double-double. We've only played less than 2 minutes here.
Rice hits the 3.
And that's 7 quick points. So Phil says, get Rice involved. Kobe and Shaq are struggling a little bit. If he can carry us, maybe those 2 guys can get going.
Portland by just 2. And a whistle from Bennett Salvatore. Foul number 3 on Rice.
Well, let's see now. Rice has got the hot hand. Do they go to Steve Smith and try to pick up the 4th on Glenn Rice?
Sabonis left alone. Can't hit the 3. Kobe Bryant on the move into the corner. Harper swings it to Rice. Smith came out and got a piece of it. Rasheed Wallace takes it. Scottie Pippen out to Sabonis. Hands to Stoudamire for the jumper. Way off, but Rasheed Wallace has it.
No shot clock. They got to get a shot up here. It didn't hit the rim.
And so Pippen lets it go and very nearly hits a three, but it came up just short.
Great awareness by Scottie, though. It would have been a violation.
Harper from O'Neal. Sabonis rebounds. And an illegal defense is called. Another technical here. That's the third one called on the Lakers in the game.
So here's Shaquille O'Neal right here. And Sabonis is out of the picture. He has got to be above the foul line. He drops down and he's 2 zone removes from Sabonis. That's where it was called. Again, Shaq wants to creep down close to that basket to be that defender, that shot blocker, because the Blazers love to post up so much, and he's got to help AC Green with Wallace.
"13 points now for Steve Smith as he tacks on the technical. Sabonis is playing with 3 fouls, and Shaq hasn't attempted a shot in the first 3 minutes of this third quarter.
Well, now Sabonis, he's got to come out, Bob. They lost him in the second half the other night. He's got to be ready to shoot the ball if they double team him. Shaq comes down and help. He's got to shoot it.
Steve Smith against Rice. It's short. Bryant from Green. Kobe Bryant. Long rebound taken by Pippen, and a whistle as they come away with it. The foul on AC Green is second.
Rasheed Wallace is so important to this team. In that possession, I watched him, and he was scrambling all over the floor to help Stoudamire so that Kobe could not post him up in the lane. That's why it's so important to have his ankle well. He and Pippen are the disruptors.
Kobe shooting 2 for 10 at this point. Pippen's pass intended for Sabonis, tipped to Shaq by Bryant. Here's Rice on the pull-up. It's a 2-pointer, but Glenn Rice is feeling it now in a way he hasn't earlier in this series.
Well, Scottie's got to be careful now. He's got 4 turnovers in the game. He's trying to make something happen, but he's got to be real careful here. Turnovers, once again, and points off of killing the Blazers. That's why they're not further in the lead. You see +9 there for the Lakers.
Stoudamire out to Sabonis, who tried to get it back underneath to Wallace off his fingertips. Here come the Lakers. They can take the lead with a basket here. AC Green got it for them.
Almost shades of the other night. AC Green hit the basket to tie it in the third quarter, and then the Lakers went on to push to a 9-point lead. Oh, it looked like Rasheed turned his ankle there trying to post.
They get it to him against Green. He spins to the basket. They wave it off. There's a foul before the shot. And that's 3 on AC.
Phil Jackson wants AC Green to be as aggressive as he can. He went down, looked like he twists his ankle. He gets back up. But if AC Green picks up some fouls being aggressive, make him work, the Lakers will live with that.
Steve Smith. It comes up just short. Green chases it down.
If the Lakers score here, Mike Dunleavy's going to have to get a timeout.
Ron Harper from Kobe Bryant. Harper now has 8. The Lakers have a 3-point lead. It's been a big third quarter for Glenn Rice. He has 16 in the game, 9 of them in this period. And Harper continues to make a pest of himself from Portland's perspective. If the Lakers win 36 years old, 14 years in the league, slowed by age and injury, but still possessing a veteran's smarts.
I said, look, I'm going to get a spot. I'm going to be there. Just give me the ball. I said, because they're going to be gone. And it just went that way. And the pass came slow, and I was like, oh, yeah, this is my chance.
To the side for Harper, who's wide open.
Ron Harper.
I mean, I ain't hit a shot in so long. I know that Steve Kerr had and John had. It felt good.
Of course, the baskets by Steve Kerr and John Paxson won championships for Harper's Bulls. The basket on Friday night might have propelled the Lakers toward a championship. Let's check with Ahmad.
Thank you. On Friday night after that game, I had dinner with Scottie Pippen and Ron Harper. And Ron Harper would not let up, talking about how hot he was, how open he was, and how he was the Trailblazer killer.
He sure was on Friday.
You know, to follow that up, they asked Scottie, who do you think was the most surprised guy after that shot? And he said, Ron Harper.
Foul on Shaq, his second, which meets with the approval of the Blazer crowd as Sabonis swishes the free throw, giving him 6 points. Back to Ron Harper. He and Glenn Rice have combined for 24 points in this game. Shaq and Kobe a combined 19.
We might have to change that 1-2 combo, that 1-2 punch, you think?
Lakers by 1.
Notice now Pippen is guarding Rice, trying to cool him off. So Scottie's playing 3 different guys on the floor now. He started out with Kobe, and now he's got Glenn Rice because Rice has the hot hand, and Smith does not have the ability to stay with him off those screens right now.
Stoudamire made the nice play there, knocking it away from Harper. Kobe Bryant. Boy, that's a difficult shot.
Well, he's driving, and all of a sudden, this big wall stows up. Sabonis, and what's he do? He plants, fades, and hits a shot.
Sabonis against Shaq. Get it out of here, says the big man. They're both big men. But Shaq is the biggest in the game, literally and figuratively. Glenn Rice for 3.
Uh-oh, bad news for the Blazers. Glenn Rice has gotten hot at the wrong time for them and at the right time for the Lakers, having by far his most important playoff game here, trying to give them a 3-1 lead.
Rasheed Wallace, 5 on the shot clock to Sabonis. Shaq comes out to play him. Sabonis goes around him for the slam.
Now that's what Mike Dunleavy wanted to see at the last play the other night. Instead of avoiding the contact, go in there, throw your body in there, and get the foul. How about Sabonis? 1, 2, the lumbering stride and the powerful finish. But more importantly, look what it's done for this crowd and for his teammates. They need this from him.
AC Green fouled him, which was AC's 4th. Three-point play, and the Blazers are back to within 3. Here's Glenn Rice, who by himself has outscored the Trailblazers in this quarter. Sabonis poked it away from O'Neal. Harper in the lane. Back to Shaq. Tough shot for him. And a 3-second violation precedes the shot attempt.
Damon Stoudamire relieved. Bonzi Wells back on the floor. Big lineup once again for the Blazers in the backcourt. And Bob, sometimes during the course of games, there's a little play happens along the way that sparks your team. And let's see if that play that Sabonis made ignites these Blazers.
Since the 3-second violation voided the shot attempt, Shaq technically does not have a shot attempt yet in this quarter. The lob for Wallace, but he overdid it and missed it. Sabonis set him up, and Rasheed couldn't finish it. Glenn Rice, double team, ball knocked loose. Bonzi Wells got poked in the face, and the foul is on Rice, his fourth.
This is a great pass by Sabonis. He leads him right up there. If you can, you'd like to get two hands on this and take the ball right to the basket. One hand, you have a very difficult time controlling that. He actually got up so high, he jammed it off the back of the rim.
So now Bonzi Wells, who barely played at all as a rookie last year out of Ball State, but has come on to be a contributor this year. Brian Grant says now that Bonzi has trimmed down a bit from his rookie weight, he reminds him at least a little bit of Mitch Richmond, who was a teammate of Brian Grant's with Sacramento some years ago.
Well, Portland would love if he can become that kind of player. He has really improved, and they're going to need some points from him. Now, Bob, they're over the limit. That's the fifth foul now on the Lakers at the 4:45 mark. Can the Blazers attack and get to the free throw line and take advantage of that?
Shaquille, there's his first shot and first basket of the second half. He's got 12.
When he catches it that deep, the double team cannot get to him, and in one quick motion, he gets the shot off.
Watching him hit the hook reminds me that every time Sabonis has tried the hook in this series against Shaq that I recall, it's been blocked. That one spills off for Smith. The rebound of the Lakers. Harper hurrying back. Wallace is with him. Harper scores anyway.
Ron Harper here really giving him a lift on the offensive end. Normally he gets some points. You think that's something we'll love, but this has been the case today where he and Rice have really carried them.
Harper's got 10. Sabonis. Harper came flying out at him, but Sabonis drilled the jumper.
And where was Shaq? Underneath the basket trying to help defensively. You want to know why Sabonis is important? Right there. That's why.
That line drive jumper he likes to shoot, and he's so accurate with it. Here's Rice. Smith got a hand in his face that time, but Ori comes away with the offensive rebound.
Sabonis has got to stay away from his fourth foul going into the fourth quarter.
Shaq leans in. It pops out. Rebound battle. Ori's got it. And it's Ron Harper who winds up scoring.
Again, the offensive rebounds. When you have to double team that post in there, there's so much scramble. The Blazers are not doing a good job on the defensive backboard, and the Lakers are punishing for it.
Harper equals his total from Friday night. He's got 12. Scottie, a three over Kobe. Bonzi Wells battling on the offensive board, but Harper takes it away from him.
Well, Harper's playing a great game.
Kobe Bryant for three. He does what Pippen couldn't do over him at the other end.
The importance of having confidence. Kobe 2 for 9 in the first half. Did he stop shooting? No, he did not. You've got to stay aggressive.
A little bit of a game within the game there, though. Pippen had missed one over him on the previous possession. Kobe tried and succeeded at the other end. Now Pippen misses, trying to take it right back at Kobe. And a whistle on the rebound.
Personal foul. Lakers,
A foul on Ron Harper there, his fourth.
Danger time here for the Blazers. After a 5-point lead, the Lakers have crawled back, and they've done it on the strength of Ron Harper and Glenn Rice. Kobe's hit the big three. They're up 9. They have confidence going into this fourth period. Here we got about 2:16 to go. The Blazers need to make a little run so that they will feel good about being able to get this series back to 2-2.
Trail by here, and they were able to come back and tie the game late before Harper's jumper won it for the Lakers. So this is by no means beyond their reach, but they better turn the game around pretty quickly.
Well, what they've got to be able to do, Bob, is they've got to take care of the ball and rebound it. Where the Lakers are hurting them are on second chance points, points off turnovers, two things we talked about in our open. And then more importantly, it rips your heart out when Harper and Rice outscore your team in this quarter, and Kobe and Shaq are 9 for 24 for the game, and you're down 9. That is scary.
Rasheed Wallace now with 15. He leads the Blazers. The 19 by Glenn Rice, his playoff high this year, is tops for LA. in now for the Lakers. Gives it up to Kobe Bryant. Horry with the screen. Bryant with the jumper. And the Lakers with a 9-point lead again.
See, what I've seen today in the Laker offense, they've broken the triangle a little bit. The offense they like to run. They've gone to a little screen roll with Kobe and some plays for Glenn Rice. Things they have not done a lot of in the first 3 games.
Sabonis doesn't test Shaq. Gives it up to Smith. Smith leans in with a jumper.
Defense now. If you're the Blazers, you've got to get some stops. Mike Dunleavy's not going to have the luxury of going to his bench here down, so these guys are going to have to play a lot of minutes. They need to make a push right now.
Smith knocked it away. Rick Fox may have been guilty of a backcourt violation and gotten away with it.
Bob, they've only got 1 second to get the ball across half court. It never crossed half court. They've got 1 second, so they can't let him throw it up ahead. They make him throw it back.
They get it into Bryant along the sideline. And an immediate whistle.
Ron Harper was aware. He knew he could not throw the ball in the back court. There would have been a 24-second violation. Heads up play by the veteran.
Ball was simply knocked out by the Blazers. Horry to Bryant. Rasheed Wallace cuts in front and steals it. Trying to walk a tightrope along the sideline to keep it in. Scottie Pippen turns the corner, and Don Vaden says, hold on.
Phil Jackson is saying to the referee, he's pushing off with his arm. Scottie said, you like that when I played for you. But here's the defense by Rasheed Wallace. That's what we talked about. He and Scottie are the disruptors. They're the ones that have to help. Sort of fortunate there, he caught his leg on Bennett Salvatore's hip there. Otherwise, he might have fallen out of bounds before he could get that ball back in bounds. And remember, the referee's always in play.
Foul on Rick Fox was his second.
Now, I like this substitution. Sabonis has 3 fouls. If you can milk this last minute 10 without him getting his 4th, give him a break here. Let him rest during the timeouts and then come back. He'll be fresh and he'll have 3 fouls instead of 2.
Scottie makes them both. 5-point game. Shaquille O'Neal is doubled by Grant and Pippen. Now he spins by Grant. A tough move. He hits it plus the foul. How about that kind of body control for a man his size?
Well, Brian Grant knows he's got to protect on that baseline. And, Bob, you talked about it, the power. But look at the spin and the graceful footwork by the big Baryshnikov, as he calls himself sometime. And then the focus to finish. But if you're going to get a double team, you cannot let the guy go baseline because your double team is coming from the top of the floor.
He has called himself the big Baryshnikov because of his footwork, the big Aristotle because of his philosophy. He does combine mind, body, and finesse out there. He's a complete package.
And with the hack-a-sack, he was the big homage. He said, they're paying me homage.
Hard to catalog all these various names he gives himself. Meanwhile, he's 3 for 3 at the line in this game. And he's made 6 in a row dating back to game 3. Bonzi Wells was hammered.
Rick Fox did a really good job defensively on Bonzi Wells in game 3, and that's what he's in there for now, his post defense. They don't want to double team the post. Fox did a pretty good job, but Bonzi just said it would not quit on the play, and he gets to that foul line. Now he's got to convert.
He needs both of them to bring his team back to within 6. With 34 seconds to play in the 3rd, and he won't do it. Tomorrow, Memorial Day, more basketball action. First, the highly anticipated return of the WNBA, rematch of last year's championship. Teresa Weatherspoon and the Liberty against Cynthia Cooper and the defending champion Comets. Then, Hannah Storm and company kick off the NBA action at 5 o'clock Eastern Time. It's the Pacers and the Knicks in Game 4 from Madison Square Garden.
Stacey Augmon checked in during that timeout. Now he missed both free throws. Scottie's down. He has 3 fouls. He's trying to get a rest. Big stop here for the Blazers. Double-digit lead going into the Lakers would be very, very big.
Derek Fisher got to the rim and finished it. And there is that double-digit lead. Stacey Augmon to Bonzi Wells. His pass is deflected. Augmon picks it up. 6 seconds. Augmon fires a jumper with a hand in his face. Grant came up with the ball and missed at the buzzer. Third quarter, a 15-point swing. Down by 5. The Lakers outscore the Trailblazers 34-19 and take a 10-point lead into the fourth quarter. We'll be back after these words from your local station. You're watching the NBA playoffs on NBC.
Jeep Grand Cherokee comes equipped with our most advanced four-wheel anti-lock braking system ever. And that's good news for everyone.
Open. The difference between the first half and the second half in Game 3 was the Lakers shot 61% in the second half. When they did, they got their defense set, forced the Blazers to play half court. It's almost a replay of what's happened today. 70% shooting. They get their defense set. Portland scores 19 points. Remember now, in Game 3, they scored 36 in the second half. But their offense wasn't Kobe and Shaq. It was Rice and Harper. That was the discouraging thing if you're a Blazer fan. Offensive foul on Wallace. He just pushed Fisher down. Again, Fisher, one of the kings at being able to draw those fouls. And that's an important play because what happens here is the Blazers got a chance to score. Wallace moves on the screen. Fisher goes down. You have got to take advantage of every one of these possessions.
The foul was Wallace's third. Shaquille O'Neal from the edge of his range hits it.
That's discouraging. You see Sabonis say to himself, man, I did my job, but the guy just hit a better shot. So instead of maybe an 8-point lead, it's now 12. Bonzi Wells in there with the 4 starters. Steve Smith resting.
17 for Shaq. A foul away from the ball at the other end. No basket by Sabonis.
This is the scary thing if you're the Blazers again, is all of a sudden Shaq, you know, he came alive with 18 points in the second half the other night. Starts out here with a little jump hook. He looks at his teammates. He's got that look in his eye. And, well, you know what, Bob? We were wondering how the Lakers would come out today. Would be satisfied with splitting? They want both games. They want to push this to 3-1.
Foul was on Fox, his 4th. Here's Wallace. Triple teamed, finds Sabonis cutting through the lane, but he can't hit the little finger roll. Here's Robert Horry, all the way to the rim for the reverse.
Portland's looking around. They don't have their men. The Lakers right now have a chance in the next couple minutes to really rip the Blazers' hearts out if they dig in here. Right now is a critical time for the Blazers if they're going to win this game.
Wallace for 3. Overshot it. Rebound Fisher.
I think the Blazers don't want that 3. They want him in on that post.
Bryant wants a 3. He doesn't get it either. Wallace rebounds and Horry fouls him needlessly. That's 3 on Robert.
Well, Phil Jackson is whistling at Kobe Bryant. Like, why take that 3 right now? We don't need that. We're scoring whenever we get the ball. That's not what we want right now. Now's not the time to try to hit a home run.
Kobe obviously thinking of burying the Blazers as quickly as possible. Pippen was fouled.
Well, nobody had a better feel for that in their career than Larry Bird. He would have you on the ropes and come down, look at that clock, square you up and hit that 3, and almost like that's it. There's too much time to take that kind of shot right now.
Foul was Bryant's 3rd. Steve Smith has come back in. Bonzi Wells out. Knocked away from Pippen and out of bounds. Lakers touched it last.
It's going to be very difficult for Rasheed Wallace to try to feed the post because Robert Orr is dropping so far off of him. They're going to have to use Sabonis to feed it to make Shaq stay out on top of him, give him some spacing.
Damon Stoudamire out to Wallace. A two-point attempt, no good. And another rebound for Derek Fisher.
Again, the Blazers on the perimeter, nothing inside.
Rick Fox, he thought about a three. Gives it up to Kobe. Along the baseline, his jumper. Shaq on the offensive glass. But he can't hit the follow shot. Stoudamire hands it off to Wallace, who makes certain. And now Scottie going after the steal. They go to the floor. Fox and Pippen. Remember, those two tangled on Friday night.
Now, there's some bad blood there after what happened the other night. The timeout in the fourth quarter. Fox bumps Scottie. Scottie throws the ball at him, and that's the situation where Brian Shaw had walked towards the scoring table. Even though it was a timeout, he left the bench area and was suspended for today's game on that particular play.
Timeout call with 9:34 to play, and the Lakers up by 12. A look at the last play. Pippen goes for the steal. Very nearly gets it. Fox dives in. It's a tie-up and a jump ball when we come back. Foreshadows and affects what happens in the next game.
Well, if you think about a game three, Portland came out, jumped all over them. We're up 15-2, up 10 at half. The Lakers weathered it, came back, won a very close game. Had they not won that game, who's to say when they got hit with that surge early and got rocked today that they would have had the poise to play through it? That's why it's so important to be able to get those kind of games. I think it set them up to be able to win today.
And even a veteran can have his confidence boosted or his confidence diminished. Witness Ron Harper. He hits the game-winning shot. He has a big game in game 3, and he comes out like gangbusters here. They got to do it over again.
Confidence is the key to everything you do. You know that. I mean, how about Rice, the way he got started with a three-point play to start the third quarter. And it led him to a great surge in that quarter when he and Harper outscored the Blazer team.
The tip to Portland. Wallace missed it. And a whistle immediately off the rebound, or perhaps on the continuation of the shot.
Now we'll have to follow this, but on that possession, Shaquille O'Neal was guarding Rasheed Wallace. Now this might be, if we see this later on, to try to take away his post up and force him to continue to shoot jump shots.
The foul, as you saw clearly on the replay, was on the shot. It's Shaq's third. Wallace to the line, trying to make it a 10-point game.
And 4 team fouls. So if you're the Blazers, you don't want to shoot a lot of jump shots. Drive the ball. You've got 9 minutes and 27 seconds. If you can get to the free throw line, score, and stop the clock, that's what you want to do to get back into the game.
Points now for Rasheed Wallace.
The Blazers can be very aggressive. They have no team fouls.
Derek Fisher into O'Neal. They hold a team meeting around him, and one of the Blazers fouled him.
Well, Steve Smith is saying, it's me, it's me, it's me, and Don Bates said, no, no, no. Sabonis reached in, so that's his 4th foul. Now, the importance of him having 3 fouls instead of 2 is borne out right on this play. If that's his 5th, he's probably got to sit down. If he does, you know, probably the game is history, so he only has 4. We'll have to see also, they try to pick up a lot of fouls here quickly to get into the hack of Shaq, even though he's 3 for 3 today.
Kobe Bryant trapped in the corner, trying to find someone to get rid of it to. He finds Ori, but the shot clock's going to expire on them.
The Blazers are swarming.
Just inside 9 minutes, they trail by 10. Sabonis. Shaq trying to deny it. Into Rasheed. Jumper in the paint. He gets the bounce.
And Phil Jackson wisely calls a timeout. Remember now, in game 2, the Blazers went on a 20-0 run. Phil did not call a timeout. He thought his team could play themselves out of it. They couldn't. But you do it with defense. The swarming, trapping defense. They force a shot clock violation. They have worked themselves back. It's an 8-point game, and they're going to go to Rasheed Wallace. We said it in the open. He's their money man. They need him to finish.
6 unanswered points. Andres Cantor will join NBC for the Olympics this September in Sydney. Andres will be working in English for the first time, calling all the U.S. games. I'm assuming that he has spoken English at some time in his life prior to this. Otherwise, those broadcasts will be especially interesting. This is also interesting. How about this? They're both young. They're both fit. But everybody needs a rest now and then.
We see Kobe getting that rest right now. How long can Phil keep him there? Remember now, Glenn Rice is back. A tremendous third period for he and Harper. Can they keep it up? Also, AC3 in the game. So Shaq really their only offensive option here, other than Rice.
Chant of beat LA, beat LA. Here's Shaq over Sabonis, and there's the difference. Obviously, Sabonis, who was once one of the great players in the world back when his Soviet Union team beat the U.S. for the gold medal in 1988, is just simply not as good a player overall as Shaq any longer. But he cannot score one-on-one against Shaq, whereas Shaq can against him. But Sabonis can do this, you're right, in unison, but he missed it.
Well, he didn't get the shot there. Now, what's going to happen here with the Lakers? They're going to go into Shaq, obviously, and he's got to deliver here while Kobe's resting.
Harper gives it to Shaq, into the lane against Sabonis, who stopped him that time. Stoudamire falls down, looking for help. And they called a timeout. A 20-second timeout taken by the Blazers with 7:27 remaining in the game. And Portland faces a 10-point climb. All the way and misses it. And Pippen has the rebound. Smith out of the corner. Misses the 3. Wallace on the offensive glass. Hits the 2.
Remember that miss by Harper. Instead of being up 12, it's an 8-point game. Big play there. Pippen ran him down and forced him to miss the shot. See, Scottie Pippen is chasing everywhere. This guy, it's amazing that he has this kind of endurance at his age.
Fisher off the dribble, into the lane with the floater. No good, and a foul on the play. It's Stoudamire's second.
This is where Scottie Pippen chases down Ron Harper. Harper makes a great move, and you see Scottie. He does not give up on the play and bothers him just enough to miss it, and then the Blazers go down and score. Sabonis is going to take a little bit of a rest right now as Brian Grant checks back into the game.
Fisher trying to reestablish a 10-point lead.
He's really been hobbled with bone spurs in his ankle. A lot of questions coming into the playoff how effective he might be, but Fisher now is a spark. Remember, he's played heavy minutes for the Lakers over the last couple years, and Phil's a guy who doesn't really like smaller guards. But Fisher's been important, and the reason why is because he can bother Stoudamire, get up and bother, and he's stronger than Stoudamire.
With that one, LA is now 16 of 17 from the line in this game. Even Shaq is 3 for 3.
And they're 29th in the league in free throw shooting, so the right people are shooting the free throws.
Rasheed Wallace, hold on. This game has not had the flow to it of earlier games in this series.
I would agree with that, and I think because also, too, this is such a big game from the standpoint of one team is either going to take a commanding lead and look to be able to close it out, or a team is going to make this a 3-game series and even it up. So this game right here, Bob, to me, will be whether it could be a 5-game series or a 7-game series. To me, that's how important this is right now.
After a short rest, Bryant's back in for Fisher. Wallace is 7 of 7 at the line, and now make it 8 in a row. He was fouled by Robert Horry. Horry's 4th. Horry's been an unsung contributor. He's been cold from the floor, 2 of 7, and he really hasn't had a hot hand since game 1. He scored 6 points, but he also has 6 rebounds and 4 assists. And now a squabble about positioning in the lane, or alongside the lane.
Well, Phil's going to argue here that they get the choice to see where they want to line up. What they're trying to do is get Brian Grant opposite Shaq in case there's an offensive rebound, so he has a better chance to get it against him than he does Robert Horry.
Rasheed Wallace now with 26 points, and it's an 8-point difference.
Only 2 team fouls versus Portland. If they're going to hack a Shaq, they're going to have to take a few here quickly. Remember, at the 2-minute mark, that rule changes.
Robert Horry. Count it, plus the foul.
See, Rasheed Wallace backed off into the passing lane, tried to drop back into Shaq's lap, and when he did, he opened up the middle of the floor. Look where he is. He opens up the middle of the floor for Horry. One dribble, one swooping finish, the kind roll, the three-point play. So they really made Yes, Shaquille O'Neal, 8 of 8 from the free throw line. But let's check his form out. Left hand is going to be off the ball at the release. Right there. Left hand off the fingertips. Nice soft rotation. Nice arch. Nothing but the bottom of the net. More importantly, the little smile by Shaq. And you know, he always have wanted to be in denial about this doesn't bother me. But Bob, you know what? It has. And you can see that he knows in order to win a championship, he has to be able to do this.
If he starts making free throws, and by that I mean becoming a 60, 65% free throw shooter, he'll have absolutely no weakness. And it will not be presumptuous at all as he makes yet another one. To talk about him, at least at this level of play, he's got to do it season after season, but at this level of play, what he's established this year, he belongs in the conversation with the greatest centers who have ever played in the NBA. Sabonis for 3. It spins out, and Harper takes it.
I was watching the Laker bench when Shaq made the free throw, and he ran back down. There were smiles on the coaches, the players, everybody's face as Shaq made those free throws. You think they're not happy for the big guy?
They look for him, and they're not going to foul him. Look at that pass to Harper, and Harper is fouled. It was Wilt Chamberlain who said, nobody roots for Goliath, but the more I'm around him, the easier it is to root for Shaquille O'Neal. Not just respect and admire him, but to root for him because his game is so multifaceted. Look at the quality of that pass. And he has a very engaging personality. Sometimes he's kind of bland in interview situations, but when he turns the personality on and he flashes that megawatt smile, he's an irresistible guy.
He really is, and again, you know, it's tough to cheer for big guys when you look out. But you said, look at advantage. This guy should be doing this. But this is not just your normal big guy that plods around in there. This guy can run. He can jump. He's got a shooting touch now. He can make plays. He is really playing just unbelievable basketball. And I got to give a lot of credit to Phil, what he's done with him, to the rest of his team. They've built their attack around him, and he has prospered.
A 17-point lead, and the game apparently out of reach. Pippen for 3. Trying to bring them back, but Ori's got it.
I would have never believed that the Blazers would have lost this game by 17. But once again, they have not been able to recover from the tough shot that Harper. Bob, you did it with our open. You talked about Sean Elliott's shot last year, that the series went 2-0. They came back here. They lost both home games. We saw it in February when the Lakers came in here and beat them, and they went on a swoon where they lost like 9 of 19. They played under 500 ball, and we saw it today. Harper hits the shot, and they have not recovered. The Lakers now have come in. They're going to win both games on the road. So even with all the changes that the Blazers have made, they have not been able to turn it around in less than 48 hours. Now, again, they're not playing solitaire. You got to give the Lakers a lot of credit.
Seldom have 20,000 people sounded so quiet, especially in one of the loudest buildings in all of sports. And many of the Blazer fans, diehards though they are, have gotten up to lead.
See, I hate that. You know what? It's an afternoon game here, whatever. I'd love for people to stay here. This series is not over. It's 3-1. Is it going to be tough? Yes. But you know what? Cheer this team as they get ready to go to the Lakers. Tell them you want to see them when they come back.
Rasheed Wallace misses, tries to follow his own, gets a third try and slams it.
And these are great fans here, Bob. You don't find any better fans than in Portland.
31 now for Rasheed. He's the game's high man. But listen to the balance for the Lakers. Shaq 25, Rice 21, Kobe 16, Harper 16, and Ori with 9. Rice left unattended, overshot it.
Well, this is going to break the string unless Kobe and Shaq have a lot of points here this garbage time. But if they haven't gotten 50, they have not gotten the results. Today they have 41 combined. But thanks Harper and Rice. Just what you talked about. Rice with 21, Harper with 16. Those two guys give them 37 points.
Foul on Pippen is 4th.
Well, they said that the Lakers are a two-man team. We've talked about it all year long about it, how Shaq and Kobe go, so go the Lakers. Well, today, not necessarily the case. As you see, 4 guys with 16 or more. When you look at the Blazers, I've always felt that Pippen, especially in this series, need to get 16 or more points for them to be able to win. Today, only 5. And Rasheed Wallace, really the only guy. We knew he would get his points, but they just could not find it from other people.
Harper now has 17 points. And Shaquille O'Neal goes out. A smattering of applause. We have seen some Laker fans in the stands, and you'd like to think that at least a few Blazer fans would applaud out of respect.
Well, he showed me something today, I will tell you that.
Big game for Harper. He pushes his total to 18. Sabonis from Wallace. Sabonis has 14. Inside 2 minutes. Glenn Rice to Harper out of the corner, and Pippen rebounds. Scottie on the move, lays it up on the run and misses it, but Smith follows.
I think it's going to be a little too late.
Still a 15-point difference.
Lakers want to use clock right now.
Kobe Bryant out near midcourt. John Sally. His shot is blocked by Sabonis.
24-second shot clock violation.
And a 24-second violation.
Now, you know, this is the same Laker team now as we see Shaquille O'Neal on the bench smiling, looking over his buddy Jerome over his shoulder. But remember, this is the same team that went up 3-0 against Phoenix. Phoenix blew them out in game 4. I think they learned from that. You know, don't extend series. Get them over with if you can. Now, this series is not over, but right now, the Lakers are in a commanding position.
After the Lakers lost by 29 in game 2 on their home floor, did you expect this?
No, I did not. I really thought that the Blazers would win this game today. I wasn't sure that the Lakers could stand prosperity. They have not been a team that has done well with a cushion. And I thought that the edge that the Blazers might have is that so much the Lakers have been talking about is having home court advantage, having home court advantage. Well, they've come out on the road and played 2 great games.
Derek Fisher coming back in. Rasheed Wallace made the first one. But did he miss it while I was looking away?
No, Harper, I'm laughing. He's putting Brian Shaw's jersey on over there.
Peeling off his own and putting on Shaw's, who's among the missing today, suspended after coming off the bench during that altercation between Fox and Pippen in game 3.
And you know, really, the intent of what Shaw did was not to go over and get involved in anything. There's no question about that, but the rule is such you can't wander away. Now, Shaq is trying to put his jersey on. I don't think he's going to be able to get it on over that big body. But Brian Shaw, a terrific guy, and the letter of the rule says you can't leave the bench area. That's what it comes down to.
You know, Phil Jackson, who's always looking for an edge and playing mind games, referred to the Trailblazers as jackals because they were enjoying themselves on the bench late in game 2 in their big victory at LA. Well, now who's enjoying themselves?
Well, I would say the Lakers are. Absolutely. Now, the question is, can the Blazers come back and find a way to beat them? But Phil, you know, has been a guy that has played mind games throughout his career. He always had Michael to sort of sign those checks or cash those checks that he was writing out there. Now, Kobe, Shaq, and his team has delivered once again, but you cannot fault or you cannot say anything but what a tremendous leader that Phil Jackson is.
Rasheed Wallace once again. He has 34 points. A moment ago, John Sally missed a golden opportunity to get his name in the scorebook, missing 2 free throws.
Now, Scottie and Sally got something going here. We got to watch this. I don't know what's going on, but Scottie's very upset with John Sally, and they came down the floor. They're doing a lot of talking there. Scottie, I don't know what this is, but we have to watch this. I think Mike Dunleavy's got to be very careful with 45 seconds to go here. Doesn't want Scottie to do something where he would be suspended for a game 5.
Sally and Pippen were teammates in Chicago.
John's telling you, I'm a peaceful, law-abiding citizen. Scottie, I don't want anything to happen here in 45 seconds.
I'm just looking to hang around here and pick up a ring. I didn't come to town looking for trouble. The Lakers have made 31 of 34 free throws in this game. Steve Smith scores. He has 20.
And you know what, Bob, most of these Portland Blazers fans have stuck around. I like this. You can see this. A lot of places you'd see this place empty out, but the majority of the people are still here. And let's see the send-off they give this team. They're going to need a big, big help going to L.A. in Game 5.
Here's Rice. Shot clock expires. 13 seconds and change remaining. But most of the air has gone out of this building a while ago. Pippen from Sabonis for 3. It rattles out. Rice takes the rebound. And the Lakers walk off with a 3-1 edge in the series. Shaquille O'Neal with 25 points, but most remarkably, 9 of 9 from the free throw line. Quite possibly making Hack-a-Shaq a thing of the past, not just against the Trailblazers, but maybe against others. It really hasn't worked in this series. Here's Ahmad with the big man.
All right, thanks, Bob. Shaq, a tremendous game today. I know coming out, you guys figured you're going to get all that Portland could have, especially after Game 3. But you guys withstood it all and kept your composure.
First of all, this game was for B. Shaw.
I noticed the solidarity.
B. Knuckle. We felt that we didn't have anything to lose. We just wanted to come out loose, play good ball. We did that. They got off to a fast start again, but we withheld their push. We played good team basketball today. I'm proud of my teammates today.
As you did in Game 3, third quarter, total domination. How do you explain that?
Well, like I said, the first half, I was just trying to get all my other teammates involved. Glenn had a big first half. Kobe did okay the first half. And then, second half, I just wanted to, step up and just play.
In terms of confidence and closure, do you feel that going back home?
We're at home Tuesday. We do pretty well at home. We lost our last game at home, and we don't like to lose 2 in a row at home, so we're going to be real pumped up.
I understand the solidarity with this jersey, but it's a little tight on you, bro.
I love you, Brian.
All right, back to you, Bob.
Ahmad, thanks. The final is 103-91. We'll return to Portland to wrap things up in just a minute. You're watching the NBA playoffs on NBC.